In today's episode, Jessie and I are headed to Italy and we are taking a group of 25 travelers. Join us on a fun week-long adventure in Rome and Florence, visiting my favorite flea markets, antique stores, and even my favorite thrift stores. So kick back, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, and let's see what we can find in Italy. I'm so excited. We're finally doing our first shopping of the trip here in Italy, and we're at the Porta Maggiore Mercantino. And this is one of my favorite places to go shopping. Everybody is already inside getting a head start. I cannot wait to see what they find. That's amazing.
Right? And it's
35 euro. Amazing. He's so cool.
Right?
So cool. This incredible cabinet is only 223 euro. Look at this thing. It's incredible, in pristine condition. This is amazing. 34 euro. It's a huge, beautiful brass picture frame, and it has 4 little portrait sections. That's amazing. See, this is the kind of stuff that I always pick up because you're never going to find this back at home. This light is insane. It's only 60 euro. Has a very Art Deco feel, but I actually think it might be 80s. Isn't that fun? Can you just imagine that in the right setting? I'm gonna get this old oil. It's beautiful. Very Tuscan colors on it. It's 30 euro, and it even has a nice frame. And then I'm thinking about getting this floral also. And then I'm gonna get this little trinket dish. It's yellow and kind of a mustard yellow, and it's only 4.75 euro. That'll be beautiful for styling. I'm gonna get this beautiful sheep painting up here. It's very old. I think it's a 78 euro, but it is incredible and moody in all the best ways. That's fantastic. Oleo for olive oil. I'll have to look and see if there's one for balsamic vinegar as well. Love to have a set. The frame off? Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Roll it up, put it in the art tube. 12 euro. It's an old antique Venice painting and it's only 11.25. I'm actually not going to get it, but it's such an incredible deal. I feel like I have to look through every single one of these because sometimes when you have stacked art, they're very pitched through, but I do not feel like that here. Like, look at this beautiful still life. Signed 1978, 2 of 10. Artist signed, 14 euro. This is such a fabulous tray. It's this old burl wood and then it has a mirror in it. So I think it's actually a wall hanging. That's amazing. Look at this. It has a mirror so you could hang it on the wall or use it as a tray like they have it. How cool is this ram? I think it's a decanter. That's pretty cool. He's got some cracks and chips though, unfortunately. This beautiful frame is only 12 euro. Look at all of this beautiful wood inlay made in Florence, Italy. Definitely getting that. Okay, everybody has had at least a solid half an hour in the store and nobody has grabbed this Batosi. So I think that's fair game for me. I kind of have to. Look at this. It's a nutcracker, some kind of critter, maybe a dragon. And it was 14 euro from the Mercantino.
Oh my God. I have two. I got one yesterday.
That's a wall hanging piece of art.
Yeah. You have to carry that.
He's amazing. The pricing is just incredible. Look at this beautiful botanical painting, original on this beautiful framing job, $9.60. Isn't that great? Lorette got this cat tray and it has a sun and two kitties for 15 euro and it's signed Roma. So Lorette also got this horse. It's signed by the artist, 1971, 14 euro, original art. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty with all the colored stones. Lorette, are these your grapes?
Everything here is mine.
It's all hers, except the limoncello is mine. I got this cool pair of pants, and these are actually the cuffs on the bottom. It's the Batosi! Oh, that's so cool. Look at this spoon rest. It's a face. Oh, it has a stamp, but you can't tell what it would have said. We're going to have to Google Lens that. I got two awesome art pieces for 10 euro each. Look at her. She's so confident and it's signed. Does that say 71 maybe? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
But it's artist signed, numbered. And then this other one's really cool too behind it. It has a horse on it. Kind of looks like a Pegasus. Isn't that neat? Artist signed as well for 10 euro. We have an art tube, so this is perfect because we don't even have to take them out of the frames. Look at this incredible light fixture I got. It's very Art Nouveau looking, brass. It's got a nude woman. I got them down from 80 to 60. Kind of a hard bargain, but I think it was well worth it. Holy crickets, I didn't believe it when you said everything was €1. This entire pile is €1. I got this beautiful painting. It looks like it says 1949. And then I got another one here. This one, a beautiful landscape, also signed. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to come back once some more of the top is dug off. It's kind of hard to get in there. That's beautiful. What is it signed? Does that say Paris?
I think it's brass.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then just porcelain.
I love it.
My 90s champion jerseys, they also made shooting shirts, which are even harder to find. So
That's gorgeous. Look at this enamel light. Folk art painting. It's got the little birds.
maybe I can do that with the industrial lights that I just got.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at it. Maybe not that exact design,
You know
but
how terrible my version would look.
we could use stencils. These would look amazing in the same space together, the striped and the checkered. Oh, that's so neat that it comes out. And these panels, did you see these bird painting panels? There's a second one over there. They're just incredible. Oh, cool. Florentine little book holder. That's really neat. I've not seen it like that. I just yelled, oh my Batosi. Who's bringing it home on their luggage? None of us are going to bring it home, but we're all taking pictures with the giant Batosi lamps because we're so happy. Oh my goodness. No.
This is Ferragamo I got for my daughter because she's kind of bougie. Look at that. You've got this set. That's all. Yes. I tried to get at least 3 of these.
Did you? I was wondering what your strategy would be.
Oh, I am so happy. The button lady was waiting for you.
To do with it, and I don't know what.
You could set something on it. I wonder if you could take this out and you could almost have a bowl recessed and you could put candy or potpourri or
Pretty that is.
yeah, if you took the
even like
cord
a
out.
Take the cord out.
Pillar.
Pillar type thing.
Oh, like a hurricane shade.
yes.
Yeah. So many options. You could turn it into a soap dish if you put something in there. That'd be pretty in the bathroom.
crunch, right?
Let's hear the crunch. Ooh, that was a crunch. How is it? Happy shopping, everybody. Happy shopping. Love this sunflower one. It looks kind of like the Van Gogh one.
It does.
It might be a, what do they call it?
Inspired by that.
Yeah, a study. It is 35 euro. We're gonna get that one. That one's pretty cool. I really like that one too. 20 euro. Ooh, can you pull that one out? That one's a for sure. This is exactly what I wanted. Tuscan landscapes. Look at these crystal glasses. Aren't those stunning? 12 euro for the whole set.
They look like the...
The icicle stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Those are neat. 50 euro for the pair. Look at this buff horse. 25 euro. Cavallo and terracotta. Fascinating. Look at his butt. Jessie loves this light fixture. It's very interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. It is only 35 euro. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. The colors are really unique for a crane scarf.
I think I'm gonna do it.
How much?
15.
15? Beautiful.
So this was 7.
Oh, nice.
How
You got
pretty.
treasures?
I got treasures. A cotton dress.
Oh, that's pretty.
So pretty.
I think it's a good sign that everybody has a bag or two.
Oh,
my gosh. Happy for you that you got these little miniatures. Yeah. Oh,
Those are cool.
No, that was like your find. I know.
I was waiting for you. How much was it? 5 euro? Amazing. Like a little.
I almost didn't buy this.
That's beautiful.
You got that. I was looking at that too. Beautiful.
Is it Italian? What does that say?
I don't know.
38 VETCO. 12 euro. Oh, she's pretty.
It's sterling and more.
And it was 9 euro.
Our spaghetti rosé is made all with Sangiovese grape.
Thank you for being here in this beautiful countryside. We're so grateful. I hope everyone is having an amazing trip. Cheers. Salute.
Cheers, salute, salute.
On today's episode of Hotel Hoarders, we have art, and more art. We just got back from hosting our incredible trip to Italy, and we have to thank those of you who took that risk and traveled halfway across the world with us. We had the best time with you, and we're gonna keep these memories for the rest of our lives.
I like that we even had some travelers, and this was their first time leaving the United States. I know they had a blast, and it was just nice that people trusted us with their first trip abroad.
There's those moments where, we're just sitting back and we're watching everyone laughing and becoming friends and having a good time. And it just feels like this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I know it sounds very cheesy to talk about purpose, but I think it's such an important thing in life. And I think we've really found something that we're very, very passionate about, and it gives us a lot of purpose. So thank you as the viewer for watching these videos and coming along with us virtually. And a huge thank you to everybody who has ever joined us on a group trip. We are so grateful, and we're having the time of our lives.
Let's haul this stuff. I want to see what you got, because I don't even think I've seen everything that you got, because there's a few times that you might have separated and went off on your own.
I see something and I'm just like,
yeah.
I just disappear. He
Yeah.
sees me 20 minutes later. We don't have
But
everything
this
here.
can't be everything, because I felt the luggage and how heavy it was.
Okay, so
this
let's-
can't be everything.
Real quick before we dive into the haul, I think we should talk about how we get these things home, because it's one of the most asked questions we ever see on our travel videos. And Jesse has the answer for you.
You throw it all in a suitcase and then send it home with your husband, is how it works.
So I kept traveling after we wrapped up the Paris group trip and the Italy group trip, and I went off to England and Norway. You're gonna get to see a lot more on that here very soon. And the beauty of him coming home separately is that I'm able to send luggage home with him, but we also strategize ahead of time so that I then have luggage to continue on with my journey, so then I'm also bringing home luggage. And we bring everything in our luggage, and it's not the easiest thing to do, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into it. For this trip, I did something different than I've ever done before, and I focused completely on art. It was kind of an interesting experience for me, because I typically see something beautiful that I'm drawn to, and I immediately go over to it and purchase it if I love it and it's a great price, like this beautiful lamp. But this happens to be one of the only things that I picked up other than art and a few jewelry items. And the reason that I strategized to do art is because art packs up so well, but only if you only have art, because it does take up a lot of space. I was able to fit about 30 original paintings together in one half of a full-size luggage. And if I had bought a lot of pottery, I couldn't have done that, because pottery takes up so much space too. So typically what I do is I will take the vintage paintings out of the frames. A lot of the time I will go ahead and ask the vendor when I'm there on site, because a lot of the frames can be resold to someone else. So I still offer full price, in which some cases it was €1. I can't believe I got 2 pieces of art for only €1. So I get all of the art packed up nicely, and I put a piece of bubble wrap or paper in between each one. I put them back to back so that no two fronts of the art are touching each other, because sometimes the texture is a little thick and it can rub off and break. My focus was Tuscan art. I really wanted landscapes and buildings, things that really looked like Tuscany. And I think I did a pretty good job getting pieces like this. Part of why I stuck to a theme was I want to do a gallery wall in our hallway, and we don't really know for sure what we want. So I want to make sure that I'm picking up art that I love in case I keep it, but also things that I'm probably ultimately going to let go of until we get it kind of fine-tuned and figure out exactly what we want in that hallway.
This looks like something you would like.
I'm the black sheep in my family, and it's got a little black sheep. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'm really the black sheep.
I think
I'm like
you-
a self-proclaimed black
I think you
sheep.
think you were black sheep, but you're not.
I'm a little rogue.
You like to think you're the black sheep, but you're
I'm
not.
so different.
Yeah.
I'm so different. Also, I think I was drawn to it because my ancestors were sheep farmers.
Oh,
And so
really?
there's something just kind of beautiful about the simplicity of a hillside with sheep.
They were shepherds.
Yeah, they were shepherds in Southwest Germany and the Netherlands. So this is definitely going to go on the gallery wall. So I'll go through the art, kind of figure out which ones I'm going to put there. And then the rest of these beautiful paintings are going to be coming to our first Friday sale here very soon.
Oh my gosh.
They have the whole set.
Okay, well, this wasn't from Italy. I don't think we showed it really well on the France video, and I thought I'd actually show them.
So this is exciting. I want to see them.
These posters are from a late 60s magazine, Look magazine, and they were a photo shoot done. And I just have always thought they were really cool photos. They just capture that 60s, like psychedelic, late 60s style. We've only seen them once before at a vintage store, and they were in pretty rough shape. They wanted like $800 for them, and they weren't in the greatest shape, but these are in perfect shape.
I love Ringo.
I do like Ringo too. Ringo,
Yeah,
he's
man.
the glue guy.
He's always so happy.
He's the glue guy. Everyone liked Ringo, and he held them together. We got Paul and John. Kind of got an Andy Warhol looking
Very Andy
vibe
Warhol.
here. And then my favorite Beatle.
Our favorite Beatle.
I think this is my favorite print too. It's George. I love the Indian flair that's going on here. So I'm gonna frame them. I don't know where they're gonna go yet, but they need to be framed. I'm gonna frame them really soon because I just don't want to risk things happening to them. I'll get them framed and see where we put them.
So I'm going to be doing an in-depth haul on all of our Paris finds and all of our Italy finds in an upcoming video that's going to be coming out very soon here. Today we're kind of just going over some of our favorites. So stay tuned for the deep dive of all of the antiques and vintage items that we picked up, especially the jewelry. I can't wait to show you all of the jewelry. So this was the one item that I could not walk away from, and it caused me to not stick with my art theme. I just thought she was so beautiful, and I think I'm actually gonna put this into my dressing room. It doesn't quite go with the style of our more minimalist, Japanese, Scandinavian kind of thing we have going on here in the rest of our house, but I really, really love her, and I think I'm actually gonna put a white globe right here and no shade. I think that'll look cool.
You've already taken the wire out of here, right?
I did. I actually cut the wire off before we left. If it's from another country and I already know we're gonna have to rewire it, there's no point in adding that additional weight to the luggage. So sometimes these cords are long and they're actually pretty heavy. Will that be an easy rewire?
Sure.
Okay,
I
awesome.
mean, every lamp's an easy rewire. Lamps aren't hard.
Get yourself a lighting guy. We picked up some soap. It might not be the typical thing that I talk about in a haul, but we went to one of our favorite spots in Tuscany, Villa Corti, and we'd been there on our very first Italy group trip. We loved it. The food was incredible. The wine was incredible. The scenery is stunning. And apparently on this trip, we found out they have the most incredible soap. So they had a giant bin full of this at their checkout counter. And I'm not kidding. They had to go to the back and restock it. I think some of you ended up picking up 8 or 10 of these. I wish that you could smell this through the lens. It's called Iris Florentina. It's heavenly. I don't even know how to describe it. It's heavenly. It smells like a lot more flowers than just iris. It is so fragrant and beautiful. So we picked up 4 of these for gifts. I think things like this are really nice little souvenirs. I like to get things that people can actually use or eat, like olive oil, to bring home rather than just things. This isn't made by Villa Corti, but they stock it there. So I will do a little bit of digging. And if I'm able to find this online so that you can purchase it here in the US, I will link it on the description below for you. I got to give a huge thank you to one of our travelers, Christy, because she had done some research and found out about an amazing glove shop in Florence. Now, Italy in general is known for their leather, but Florence is where it's at. That is the city that is the most known for Italian leather and the high quality. Just by looking at your hands, they guess what size. They're that talented at figuring out what size your hand is, and you get custom fitted for leather gloves. So I ended up picking up 2 pairs. I got this beautiful chocolate brown one that has these little dots sewn into the fabric, and they are so soft. They're cashmere lined, and they're just the nicest, softest leather on the outside. Don't you wish you got some gloves? You should have come with me.
I feel like I want gloves, but also like I would never wear them. Like I feel like leather gloves, like I want some driving gloves. For,
Yeah,
like, the car.
they had some
But also,
actual
like,
driving gloves there you could have got.
I would probably never wear them too.
So I actually was worried about the same thing. I felt like I go to a lot of estate sales and I see the things that sometimes don't get used. And I would say Italian leather gloves from a trip to Italy is one of the things that I often see in closets still in their original packaging. And
So
they
this
never
will
got
be at
pulled out and
Laura's
used.
future estate sale in
Yes.
brand new, pristine roasting condition.
No, I'm on a mission.
You're gonna
I'm
use
gonna
these,
wear
huh?
them. I'm on a mission. So I'm gonna bring them to the Christmas markets this winter. We're hosting 2 group trips, so they'll get some use there. Although you don't want to wear them if it's snowing or raining out, which is kind of the hard thing about Oregon because
I like
it
these.
rains a lot.
Ooh, these are real nice.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
And they're long. I really love this pair because they're long. I'll link this store as well. I don't know if you can buy them online, but if you can, I will link it in the description below. We have so much fun planning these trips, and we always try to think about how people are gonna bond. If we start out day 1 of these group trips with a flea market, we're all just gonna split. As much as we all talk about how we're gonna shop together, it's like we get there, we pull up, we get out of that bus, and it's like, see ya! Everybody's like, ping, 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 ping. They're purchasing things within 30 seconds of getting out of that bus. So we always start all of our group trips with what we kind of consider a bonding day. For our Italy trip, it's gotta be revolved around food because it's Italy.
We have a food tour, and it kind of keeps everyone together in a group. So they're kind of moving along together. And
We will force you to be friends.
and then you're naturally kind of bonding because you just flew in the day before.
You're so tired.
You had a dinner with a lot of people the night
For
before.
our welcome dinner.
And you're kind of a zombie because you just got off a long flight and you're jet lagged. And
You're not
everything.
ready to make
Right.
shopping decision fatigue.
Yeah, so that first day having a food tour, it's really nice to keep everyone together and they get a little bit bonded, start learning maybe a couple names and
And find out what you have in common. I think the coolest thing about our trips is that everybody is so like-minded. So even though people are from different parts of the US or even outside of the US, we've had international travelers. And if you are international, you're always welcome to join us on our trips. You're from these different areas, but we all have this same love of vintage and antiques and shopping and travel. If you're on the trips, you're obviously into travel. And it's just really special to get to kind of watch these relationships form. And I think the biggest compliment that I have ever gotten on one of our group trips was actually on our Paris group trip this year. And it was day 1 of the group trip. And we were in Versailles and we had a wonderful local guide taking us through the palace and the gardens. And at the very end of it, he said, "How long have you all been traveling together?" And we all looked at each other and we were like, "Since last night." And he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. He goes, "I thought you would have known each other for 30 years. And that was to me like, I'm gonna get misty, but that is like why we do this.
when you get a group of people together and they already have something in common, you know, vintage or the love of flea markets, it is a community of people that kind of do already know each other.
We don't know it yet, but we do. Our food tour was in the Trastevere neighborhood in Italy. There is no better place to go to for food, especially if you're wanting to sample a lot of different things. It's a great neighborhood for that. You're going into these little tiny, almost hole-in-the-wall restaurants, and you're getting something specific from each one. And that's what my favorite thing about this neighborhood is. If you want some soupli, you're gonna go to the soupli shop. If you want pizza, you go to the pizza shop. Each little shop is gonna have its own thing that they specialize in.
And I think on this one, we kind of threw everyone into an Italian experience and they were forced to have to go and order an espresso.
In Italian.
In Italian from the counter. It can be an intimidating experience if you've never done it before. And we had some pretty brave souls step up and order it like pros, drank their espresso real quick and got out.
Have any of you seen Eat, Pray, Love? It is literally exactly the same situation. You go in and people are like, you know, getting their coffee and over here, and you have to be brave and you've got to just step up, place your order. They give you the coffee. It's so hot. You have to slam it. It burns your throat a little bit, but it's such a cool experience. It's some of the best coffee that you'll ever have.
So since we're talking about food, the best Roman pasta in Rome is at Da Enzo.
And it's carbonara, to be specific.
Carbonara, amatriciana, and the
Cacio e
cacio e
pepe.
pepe. You have to go to Da Enzo. You have to wait in line for maybe an hour.
Matt Damon has to wait in line. The Queen of
They
Norway
don't take
have to wait in line.
reservations. No matter who you are, even Laura Caldwell, no matter who you are, you have to wait in line.
And I love that.
While you're waiting in line, they will come take your order and you can get a spritz or a beer or something to drink while you're waiting in line, which makes it a lot nicer.
And waiting in line is part of the hype. It's part of the experience. Sometimes you can overhype something and then people will go there and they'll be disappointed because you talked it up so much. There is no way possible that we could overhype how good the pasta is at D'Anzo.
So if you're ever in Rome,
Yep, go to D'Anzo.
go wait in line.
It's gonna be an hour.
We have a theory though, because that's not the only line we've waited in for food on this trip. Because when we went to Florence, I had the best sandwich of my life.
Okay, so you gotta tell them how you found out about this best sandwich in your life because you got influenced.
I got influenced. I saw a reel like on Instagram. I was, scrolling through and something came up. I knew we were headed to Florence later in the year when I saw it, and I knew I hadn't been there before. And I came to Laura and I immediately showed her. And I was like, "We're going here when we go to Florence. I don't care how long we have to wait." Yeah.
And I was like, all right, sounds good
yeah,
to me.
she's
You
like,
know I'm
whatever.
Game. I'm game.
I'm cool.
I'm
for
always
whatever.
game for waiting for an hour
Yeah.
for a sandwich. So I have low expectations. I get a lot of my food recommendations from very well reputable food bloggers, and it's not just an Instagram reel that anybody put together. It's people that have gone and tasted 20 carbonaras and compared them and broken down the differences between each carbonara. That's kind of my kind of research. And he just shows me this like 20-year-old American being like, "This is the best sandwich I've ever had." Crunch. And I'm like, all right, I'm game. But I won't lie.
It was.
I had low expectations.
It was great.
And I got the La Pinocchio no funghetti con picante olio. So I got it thin sliced focaccia with prosciutto, a smear of goat cheese, a little bit of arugula, and I got it without the mushrooms, but with a spicy olive oil drizzle on it. It was the best sandwich I've ever had in my life.
And sorry, because you're probably going to see a clip of me biting into a sandwich to hear the crunch. And I know that might trigger some people that have a, what do they call that?
I don't know the name of it.
There's some sort of thing.
People don't like listening to people eat.
And
Apologies.
we won't do that normally, don't worry.
But we are going to replay it again.
You're not going to get close-ups.
We're going to replay it again just in case for those of you who like the sound of the crunch.
That was a crunch.
Yeah, so thanks to Christopher and Amanda and Olivia for waiting in line with us and being troopers. Sometimes you gotta wait in line for that really good food.
Right. After the group trip ended in Rome and everyone went home, we just happened to overlap schedules with Mindy from the Rose City Vintage Market and the Palm Springs Vintage Market. She's on a trip in Italy herself.
Had nothing to do with
No,
ours.
she was in southern Italy and Sicily, I believe.
Uh-huh.
She had to fly back to Rome to fly home, and we just happened to overlap for a full day in Rome together. So we got a chance to hang out with Mindy
It was so
and
fun.
go see some of the sites. We saw the ending of the big bike race in Italy, and I don't want to call it the Tour de France of Italy, but it's like that. It's the Giro d'Italia, I think, something like that. We got to see the end of that bike race.
I've never seen any kind of a sporting event. I'm not really a sports girl. Like, I'll go to baseball games with you, but I'd never seen a bike race like that. I was really interested in the behind the scenes, watching the cameramen, looking at the crew. I do really enjoy seeing stuff like that, like how the production is, how they do all of that. So I was enjoying that. And then all of a sudden, finally, these bikes all come around and they're only there for like a few seconds and then they're just gone. And I'm not gonna lie, I got really excited seeing them. And you could just see how hard they've been working and training. And the person in the pink that won, you could see the smile on his face. And I was super happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know your name, but good job,
Yeah,
bro.
that was cool. Yeah.
And then the next day was also a national holiday. So we got to see jets flying overhead and putting the Italian flag colors across the sky. I've been having such an amazing time learning my new camera and taking photos. So if any of you are interested in getting any of the photos that I've taken for this trip, you can also get those at leftcoastrevivals.com. They make great screensavers or phone wallpapers, or you can obviously print them too. So when you purchase it, you will get a high resolution to download to your computer or your device. Italy is my favorite place on this earth. I love Italy. It has my complete heart. And when I was there in 2013 on a work trip when I worked in the countertop industry, I saw this little hilltop village as we were driving from Carrara, Italy to Rome. I zoomed in on the Google Maps and it said Orvieto. And I saved it right then and there. And I said, someday I'm gonna go to Orvieto. And it was so cool to get to share that first experience in Orvieto with our travelers. None of us had ever been there before. So even though we had a few travelers that had been to Italy before, none of us had ever seen Orvieto. And it is a beautiful town and it was worth the 12-year wait.
And then we also went to Siena. Siena was beautiful. I didn't know the history of Siena and Florence. I didn't know the rivalry between the two cities, and we learned that, and that was interesting to hear. A lot of hills in Siena. I felt like we were just going up and down.
Up and down.
I think there was like 3 hills in
Yeah.
Siena, technically. And also easy to get lost, wink, wink.
If you know, you know. Shell gas station. If you come on our group trips, there's a lot of inside jokes.
Yeah, you get the inside jokes.
Overall, I mean, it was just an amazing trip. We love Italy. I am so happy that you love Italy as much as I do. There's nothing that makes me happier. I would have been devastated if you didn't love it.
I do love Italy.
So we have some really exciting group trips that are coming up. We're about to start announcing our lineup for 2026. So if you are interested in ever joining us on a group trip, make sure you are subscribed to our newsletter because that is the first place you're going to hear about it. You're going to get all the details first. You can subscribe to our newsletter at leftcoastrevivals.com/newsletter. We don't have an Italy trip in 2026. I will just be upfront about that, but we will absolutely be doing it again in 2027. Italy and Paris 2027.
I guess I'll go back to Italy in 2027.
You'll be okay.
With 25
And maybe
new
all of
friends.
you will want to brave that hour line for that perfect sandwich in Florence.
2026 group trips. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6.
We have 6 for sure.
I thought we were cutting back.
We were, but we're not.
Yeah.
There ain't no cutting us back.
We were originally going to do 4, and then we had such a good time on these last 2 trips that we decided to go ahead and add 2 more for next year. Yeah, we just had so much fun.
Yeah. We know the travelers did
Yeah.
too, and they're asking for more. So we're gonna give it to you. We are gonna have 6 group trips in 2026. The first one's gonna be announced very, very soon. I'm not teasing it. It's almost finalized. We're just wrapping up the very, 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 very final details.
That'll be a new location.
Yep.
Wait, 1 new location?
Group 1 or
2, 3, 4.
4 new locations.
You haven't even been to one of them.
I have not been to one of them.
We're just gonna get off a plane and figure it out.
No, there's way more research than that.
We're gonna wing it.
It's gonna be an amazing year and we can't wait to get to meet more of you and have a lot of fun together. We'll see you in the next video here very, very soon.